On Tuesday, February the 13th, 2018, in Fredensborg Slot or Fredensborg Castle, Denmark, died Prince Consort Henrik of Denmark. He was 83 years old, having been born in June 1934 in Talence, Gironde, France. His original name was Henri Marie Jean André de Laborde de Montpezat. He married Princess Margrethe or Margaret of Denmark in 1967, when Margrethe succeeded her father, Frederick IX of Denmark, who passed away in 1972. Henrik then became the Prince Consort of Denmark. Together they had two sons, Frederick, who is the Danish crown prince, and Prince Joachim. Originally he was a Roman Catholic, but then he converted to Lutheranism because as a member of the Danish royal family he is expected to belong to the Danish Evangelical Lutheran, or was expected to belong to the Danish Evangelical Lutheran Church. After being educated in France, Henrik served in the French army during the Algerian War. Before marrying Margrethe, he worked in the diplomatic service. Throughout his time as Prince Consort, Henrik voiced his displeasure with the fact that he never received the title of king. In his private life, he was a keen winemaker, and he produced his own wine made at his estate in France. He also published many poems. He was the first male consort to a Danish monarch. In January 2016, at the age of 81, he retired from his royal duties. In 2002, he left Denmark and went to stay at the couple's Château de Cailly in Cahors in southern France. The cause of his departure from Denmark was a New Year's Day reception where his son, Crown Prince Frederick, had been appointed as host in the absence of Queen Margrethe. Henrik felt pushed aside, degraded and humiliated by being relegated to third place in the royal hierarchy. For many years I have been Denmark's number 2, he said. I have been satisfied with that role, but I don't want to be relegated to number 3 after so many years. Henrik, figuratively speaking, fled Denmark to reflect on his status in the Danish royal family. Queen Margrethe flew to France to meet Henrik. Henrik stressed that neither his wife nor son were to blame for the incident. The prince consort spent 3 weeks in Cailly and did not appear with his wife as expected at the wedding of Willem Alexander, Prince of Orange, and Maxima Sorregieta. Willem Alexander is now the Dutch king. After 3 weeks, Henrik returned to Germany. In April 2008, shortly before his younger son, Prince Joachim, married Marie Cavalier, a French woman and commoner, the Danish Queen Margrethe conferred the new Danish title Count of Montpezat, in Danish Greve à Montpezat, on both of her sons and made it hereditary for their male line descendants, both male and female. According to the Queen's private secretary, Mr. Henning Fode, the Queen and the Prince Consort have considered this for quite some time, and it has led to the belief that it was the right thing to do. Actually, as early as in 1996, in his published memoir, Prince Henrik had said or written, "During our generation, the future sovereign will perhaps receive approval to see Montpezat added to the dynastic name of Oldenburg-Glücksburg." While being interviewed by the French weekly Point de Vue in October 2005, Henrik raised the issue shortly after the birth of Crown Prince Frederick's first son, Prince Christian, who is expected to inherit the Danish crown one day. In her New Year's speech to the Danish people on December the 31st, 2000 15, Queen Margrethe announced that Prince Henrik would wind down and give up most of his official duties with immediate effect from January the 1st, 2016. And on April the 14th, 2016, Prince Henrik renounced the title of Prince Consort, which he had been given in 2005. In August 2017, he announced that he would not be buried beside his wife in the Roskilde Cathedral, where Danish royals have been buried since 1559. Queen Margrethe, who had a specially designed sarcophagus made for the couple, accepted Henrik's decision, according to a royal house spokeswoman. In September 2017, it was announced that Prince Henrik was suffering from dementia. On January the 28th, 2018, he was hospitalized at Rigshospitalet, or the state hospital, following a visit to Egypt. Later, he was revealed to have a benign tumor in the left lung. Because his health worsened, Crown Prince Frederik returned quickly to Denmark from South Korea, where he would have visited the 2008 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang. On February the 13th, 2018, Prince Henrik was transferred from the Rigshospitalet to Fredensborg Palace, where the Danish royal court stated he wished to spend the remaining days of his life. The royal court added that the prince's condition remained serious. And on February the 14th, 2018, it was announced that Prince Henrik had died peacefully in his sleep at Fredensborg Palace on the evening of February the 13th, surrounded by his wife and their two sons. Henrik wrote many poems in his native language French, some of which had been published in the poetry collections Chemin Faisant, 1982, Cantabile, 2000, Les Escargots de Marie Lancelin, 2003, Murmure de Vent, 2005, Free Yule, 2010, Fabula, 2011, La Part des Anges, 2013, and Dans mes nuits sereines, 2014. He said about writing poetry, "I see poetry as an opportunity for immersion in a superficial time dominated by news and entertainment that makes us ruthless and restless. Poetry takes us closer to the true nature of the world. In poetry, we can approach the eternal questions such as love, loneliness, and death."